The air was electric in the NASA mission control room as the countdown to the launch of the Europa Explorer neared zero. Engineers, scientists and administrators alike were riveted to their screens, their faces illuminated by the glow of monitors displaying telemetry data and mission parameters. Among them stood Dr. Mia Reynolds, a lead astrobiologist whose years of research and tireless dedication had finally culminated in this moment. Her heart raced with excitement and trepidation. Europa, one of Jupiter's most enigmatic moons, had long captivated the scientific community. Covered in a thick shell of ice, it was believed to harbour a vast ocean beneath its frozen surface, a potentially habitable environment teeming with life. The Europa Explorer, a state-of-the-art robotic spacecraft, was designed to penetrate that icy crust, collect samples, and analyze them for signs of life. 15 seconds to launch, the voice of the mission commander rang through the room, cutting through the hushed murmurs of the staff. Mia's palms were slick with sweat as she wiped them on her lab coat, her mind racing with possibilities. What if they found microbial life? What if they found something far more intelligent? 10, 9, 8. The countdown continued, and the tension in the room escalated. Mia exchanged nervous glances with her colleagues, each of them sharing the same unspoken hope. 3, 2, 1, lift off. The ground shook beneath their feet as the rocket roared to life, flames erupting from its engines and illuminating the night sky. Cheers erupted in the control room, but Mia felt a chill crawl up her spine. This was only the beginning. As the Europa Explorer ascended into the atmosphere, Mia turned her gaze to the large screen displaying its trajectory. It would take several years to reach Europa, and the real work would begin once it arrived. Her mind drifted to the myriad possibilities hidden beneath the icy surface, the secrets that awaited them in the depths of the unknown. Years passed in a blur of calculations, simulations, and preparations. The Europa Explorer had been launched, but the excitement of its journey soon faded into a routine of waiting and monitoring from Earth. Mia found herself lost in her research, often dreaming about the day when they would receive the first images from the icy moon. Finally, the day arrived. The mission team gathered once again in the control room, eyes glued to the screens as the spacecraft entered orbit around Europa. Mia could hardly contain her excitement. They had spent years preparing for this moment. Now it was time to see what lay beneath the moon's icy facade. Establishing communication, a technician announced, the tension palpable. Mia held her breath as the countdown to data transmission began, receiving first images in 3, 2, 1. The screen flickered, and then a series of images flooded in, revealing a desolate, beautiful landscape of ice and rock. But Mia's heart sank when she noticed something unusual in the images. A dark fissure, wide and menacing, cutting through the ice like a wound. It was far deeper than they had anticipated, and as the images continued to come in, she felt an unsettling presence emanating from the chasm. "What the hell is that?" a colleague whispered, breaking the silence that had settled over the room. Mia squinted at the screen, her mind racing. It looks like a fracture, but it's massive, far larger than we expected. The team began analysing the images, debating the best approach to investigate the chasm. The fissure seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy, and though they couldn't see what lay within, Mia felt an inexplicable urge to learn more. "We need to send the probe down there," she urged, her voice trembling with excitement and fear. "Are you sure that's wise?" another scientist questioned. "We don't know what's down there." "Exactly, we don't know. That's why we have to go." Her determination fueled a heated discussion, but ultimately, the team agreed. The probe would descend into the abyss, and Mia would lead the analysis. As the probe was prepared for deployment, Mia felt a deep unease settle over her. Something about the fissure drew her in, whispering secrets she couldn't quite grasp. The moment of descent arrived, and Mia stood in front of the console, heart pounding in her chest. The probe, equipped with cameras and sampling instruments, was ready to penetrate the ice. As it descended, images began transmitting back to Earth, painting a vivid picture of the frozen landscape. The first few moments were exhilarating. The probe glided through a labyrinth of ice, illuminated by the probe's powerful lights. But as it descended deeper into the fissure, the landscape began to change. The ice was darker, more jagged, and the silence was oppressive. Depth at 2 kilometers, the technician reported, his voice tense. The temperature readings plummeted, and the atmosphere felt heavier, almost electric. "Continue," Mia commanded, her heart racing as she stared at the screen. "We need to see what's at the bottom." The probe's descent was agonizingly slow, every second stretching into an eternity. The walls of the fissure loomed higher, casting eerie shadows that danced in the probe's light. Mia could hardly breathe as they approached the bottom. 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers. The technician's voice was a distant echo. "We're entering a chamber." Suddenly, the lights flickered, and the images on the screen distorted. Mia's heart sank as a sense of dread washed over her. "What's happening?" "Power fluctuations," a technician replied. "It's unstable down there." Then, without warning, the screen went black. "Status report," Mia shouted, panic rising in her chest. The room erupted into chaos as technicians scrambled to regain control. "Re-establishing communication," someone called out. "We're trying to bring the feed back." Moments felt like hours as Mia fought to suppress her anxiety. Finally, the screen flickered back to life, revealing the probe's cameras, struggling to function in the oppressive darkness. In the chaos, something shifted in the shadows, an unidentifiable form moving silently through the gloom. Mia's breath caught in her throat. "What was that?" she gasped. The image stabilized and they all leaned closer to the screen. The dark form was large, grotesque, and unlike anything they had ever seen before. It was amorphous, pulsating as if it were alive, and the sight sent a shiver down Mia's spine. The probe continued to transmit data as it adjusted its lighting. The creature, if it could be called that, was now visible in full. It was enormous, taking up most of the chamber, its surface slick and glistening as it writhed in the darkness. "Mia, look at the readings," one of the technicians shouted. "The biological markers are off the charts." She leaned closer to the screen, her pulse quickening. The data suggested that the creature was indeed alive, and it thrummed with an energy that seemed to resonate with the probe. It's communicating," she stammered, hardly able to comprehend the implications of her discovery. The creature pulsated in rhythm with the probe's lights, and Mia's heart raced with a mix of fear and exhilaration. They were witnessing something incredible, an entirely new form of life existing in the depths of Europa. But with this discovery came a weight of responsibility that settled heavily on her shoulders. "Are we sure it's safe to approach?" another scientist asked, his voice trembling with uncertainty. "We have to try," Mia insisted, driven by a primal urge to uncover the secrets hidden within the ice. "We can't turn back now. This is what we came for." As the probe moved closer, the creature's form shifted, revealing translucent membranes and pulsating orbs that glowed softly in response to the probe's movements. The atmosphere within the chamber was charged, as if the very air crackled with energy. Mia felt a surge of adrenaline. This was the moment they had been waiting for. Suddenly, the creature lunged towards the probe, and Mia's heart stopped. "Pull back," she yelled, but it was too late. The creature enveloped the probe, its membranes stretching to absorb the technology. "Re-establishing connection," a technician shouted, but Mia could see the data stream faltering. They were losing the probe. Then, in a shocking moment of clarity, She realized that the creature wasn't attacking. It was trying to communicate. The darkness around the probe pulsed with energy, a language of light and movement. "Mia, it's gone," a voice said, breaking her trance. "We've lost contact." Panic surged through her. "No, we have to get it back." But deep down, Mia knew they had uncovered something monumental, a life form that could change everything humanity knew about biology, evolution, and existence itself. She was torn between the desire to retrieve the probe and the realization that they might have to leave it behind. Back on Earth, the news of the probe's loss sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Mia found herself at the center of heated debates, her discovery overshadowed by the failure to retrieve the probe. The once celebrated mission now faced scrutiny, and as pressure mounted, she felt increasingly isolated. "Dr. Reynolds, how do you respond to critics who say this mission was a waste of resources?" a journalist asked during a press conference. The bright lights blinded her momentarily, and she fought to maintain her composure. "It wasn't a failure," she asserted, her voice steady. "We discovered a living organism, something that could change our understanding of life itself. This is only the beginning." But as she spoke, doubts crept into her mind. What had they truly found in the depths of Europa? And what would happen if that creature had the ability to reach beyond its icy prison? Weeks turned into months, and life on Earth continued as normal. But Mia couldn't shake the feeling of impending doom. The scientific community buzzed with theories, but in the silence of her thoughts, she felt a chilling presence looming over them all. Then, late one night, as she sat alone in her office poring over the probe's last transmissions, the lights flickered and her computer screen went dark. Confused, she tried rebooting the system, but nothing responded. Suddenly, the screen lit up, displaying the probe's final images, distorted and chaotic, and in the background she saw it again. The creature, its form shifting and expanding, thrumming, with a dark energy that made her skin crawl. "Dr. Reynolds?" a voice crackled through the intercom, pulling her from her thoughts. "We're getting strange readings from Europa. You need to see this." "No!" She rushed to the control room, where the atmosphere was charged with urgency. "What's going on?" she asked, her heart racing. "We've detected a significant increase in activity in the fissure," a technician reported. "It's almost as if it's reacting to something." Mia's stomach dropped. "What do you mean, reacting?" "It's expanding," another scientist interjected. "We're seeing structural changes in the ice, massive cracks forming near the fissure. It's like something is pushing through." A sense of dread washed over her as she tried to process the implications. They had disturbed something ancient, and now it seemed to be awakening. The following weeks were filled with turmoil. The fissure's activity increased, and rumors of a potential catastrophe began circulating among the scientists. Mia found herself torn between her responsibility to report her findings and the fear of the unknown. One evening, while reviewing the latest data, she received a message from her supervisor. "Meet me in the lab immediately." As she entered the lab, she found her supervisor, Dr. Hill, staring intently at a monitor. "Look at this," he said, motioning her over. The screen displayed a live feed from Europa, showing a violent upheaval in the ice surrounding the fissure. "It's breaking apart," Mia gasped. "What's happening?" "We believe the creature is attempting to breach the surface," Dr. Hill explained. "If it does, we could face catastrophic consequences." Fear tightened its grip around her heart. "We have to warn the others. We need to evacuate the area." Dr. Hill nodded gravely. "But we don't know how far this will spread. If it reaches the surface, it could mean disaster for our mission and the entire planet." The urgency of their situation became clear as they scrambled to relay their findings to the rest of the team. Over the next few days, tension mounted as they monitored the situation closely. The fissure continued to expand, revealing dark, ominous depths that seemed to pulse with energy. Then, on a particularly tense afternoon, the ground trembled beneath their feet. Mia's heart raced as she exchanged worried glances with her colleagues. "It's happening," Dr. Hill whispered, barely able to keep his composure. The monitors lit up with frantic readings as seismic activity surged. It felt like the entire facility was holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable. Then, in an instant, the monitors went dark. Mia felt a wave of panic wash over her as she attempted to reboot the system. The lights flickered and hummed ominously. "What's going on?" she shouted, but there was no response. The facility plunged into darkness, and a sense of despair settled over her like a shroud. Chaos erupted as emergency alarms blared throughout the facility. Red lights pulsed overhead, illuminating the panicked faces of her colleagues. "We need to evacuate," someone shouted, but Mia couldn't move. The darkness outside the windows seemed to swirl, a malevolent force creeping closer. "Get to the exits," Dr. Hill urged, his voice barely cutting through the cacophony. But as Mia turned to follow, she heard a rumbling sound echo through the halls, a low, guttural growl that sent chills down her spine. "What was that?" she gasped, fear gripping her heart. "We don't have time," Dr. Hill yelled, shoving her towards the nearest exit. "Go!" They stumbled through the facility, the air thick with panic and uncertainty. The walls trembled as the ground shook beneath them, and with each step, Mia could feel the energy pulsating through the structure. They reached the exit, but as they pushed the doors open, a blinding light flooded the room. "What the hell?" Dr. Hill exclaimed, shielding his eyes. Mia stepped outside and her breath caught in her throat. The fissure had erupted in a violent explosion of ice and darkness, the creature's form rising from the depths. It loomed over them, a monstrous silhouette against the horizon, pulsing with an otherworldly glow. Panic surged through the crowd as they witnessed the impossible. "Run!" someone shouted, and chaos erupted as people scrambled in every direction. Mia stood frozen, unable to look away from the creature. It was both beautiful and terrifying, its form shifting and writhing as it emerged from the abyss. As the light flickered, she caught glimpses of its features. Eyes that seemed to hold ancient wisdom, a mouth that twisted into an incomprehensible expression. Then it spoke. "You have awakened me." The voice echoed in her mind, resonating with a power that sent a shiver down her spine. It was not a sound, but a feeling, a presence that enveloped her. Mia's heart raced as she processed the creature's words. It was aware, sentient, and utterly unfathomable. The reality of their situation crashed down on her like a wave, and she felt a mix of fear and curiosity. "What do you want?" she whispered, a voice barely audible above the chaos. "To be free," the creature replied, its voice echoing in her mind. "To explore, to learn, but I need a guide." The panic around her intensified as her colleagues continued to flee, but Mia found herself rooted to the spot. "A guide?" she echoed, confusion washing over her. "You seek knowledge, do you not?" the creature continued. "Together we can understand the universe, but you must choose." Mia's heart raced as she contemplated the implications. What was she being asked to do? Would she abandon her colleagues to follow this creature into the unknown? "You will learn the truth of existence, the secrets of life beyond your comprehension," the creature urged. "But your kind must not be harmed. I will protect them if you choose." Mia looked around at the chaos, her colleagues scrambling to safety. A sense of responsibility surged within her. "What do you want from me?" she asked, her voice steadying. "A bond, a shared experience. I can reveal the wonders of the cosmos to you, but I need your trust." The ground trembled once more, and Mia's heart raced. She felt an overwhelming pull towards the creature, a connection that transcended understanding. But could she truly trust it? "Choose, Mia. The fate of your kind hangs in the balance." Mia took a deep breath, her mind racing. She could feel the creature's energy coursing through the air, a promise of knowledge and discovery that was almost intoxicating. "I will go with you," she finally said, her voice resolute, "but you must protect them." "It is done," the creature replied, and a wave of energy surged through her. As she stepped forward, she felt a colleague's eyes on her, a mixture of confusion and horror. "Mia, don't!" Dr. Hill shouted, his voice barely reaching her over the chaos. But it was too late. With a flash of light, the creature enveloped her, pulling her into its depths. She felt herself falling, a freefall through darkness, the world above fading away. When the light subsided, Mia found herself in a vast alien landscape. The ground beneath her was soft and luminescent, pulsating with energy. Colors swirled around her, forming shapes and patterns that danced in harmony. "Welcome," the creature's voice echoed in her mind, warm and inviting. "You are now part of the void, part of the cosmic dance." Mia looked around in awe, her fear dissipating in the face of such beauty. "Where am I?" she whispered, her heart racing with anticipation. "This is my realm," the creature replied, "a place where worlds collide and knowledge flows freely. Here you will learn." Mia took a step forward, and as she did, visions flooded her mind. Stars being born, civilizations rising and falling, the intricate tapestry of life woven through the cosmos. It was overwhelming, and yet she felt an indescribable connection to it all. "Feel it," the creature urged. "The pulse of existence. You are one with it now." Mia closed her eyes, letting the sensations wash over her. She felt the weight of knowledge pressing down on her, the secrets of the universe unfolding in her mind. "You have questions," the creature said, sensing her curiosity. "Ask and I will show you." "What is life?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "Life is the struggle to understand, the desire to grow. It exists in many forms, all connected by the threads of existence. But your kind is on a precipice, Mia. You must choose your path wisely." "Will you show me the way?" she asked, her heart racing with excitement and fear. "I will guide you, but you must not forget your people. You will return, armed with knowledge that will reshape your understanding of the universe." As the creature began to reveal the wonders of the cosmos, Mia felt herself transforming, her consciousness expanding beyond the limits of her human form. But amidst the beauty, a nagging doubt lingered. What would happen when she returned? Time lost all meaning as Mia journeyed through the cosmic realms, learning, understanding, and growing. But eventually the creature's voice pulled her back. "It is time, Mia. You must return to your people. The knowledge you have gained will be both a gift and a burden." With a flash, she found herself back in the icy fissure, standing before her terrified colleagues. The creature loomed nearby, its presence palpable. "Mia!" Dr. Hill exclaimed, rushing to her side. "You're back! What happened?" Mia looked around, the weight of her experience pressing heavily upon her. I learned so much," she stammered, her heart racing. "The creature, it's a guardian of knowledge. It can help us understand life beyond our own." The scientists stared at her, a mix of disbelief and awe washing over their faces. "What do you mean?" one asked, confusion etched on his features. Mia took a deep breath, feeling the energy of the creature thrumming beside her. "We need to prepare. This knowledge is powerful, but it comes with risks. We must be careful how we share it." As she spoke, the creature pulsed, sending waves of energy through the air. "I will protect your kind, but you must remember the responsibility that comes with this knowledge," it said. Mia nodded, determination flooding her veins. They had been given a gift, but it was one that could easily turn into a curse if mishandled. In the days that followed, the team worked tirelessly to document their findings, piecing together the knowledge Mia had gained. The implications were staggering, reshaping their understanding of biology, evolution, and life itself. But as they prepared to present their findings to the world, an unsettling sense of dread lingered in the back of Mia's mind. The creature had been right. This knowledge was both a gift and a burden. Months passed, and the world reacted with a mix of awe and skepticism to the team's revelations. Scientific breakthroughs were hailed, but alongside them came fears of the unknown. The press flooded with headlines, some praising the discovery, while others warned of potential dangers. Mia found herself at the center of a media frenzy. Her life forever changed. She had become a figurehead of a new era of exploration, but the burden of knowledge weighed heavily on her. Then, one fateful night, as she reviewed her notes in her office, the lights flickered again. The familiar rumble echoed through the facility, and her heart raced. "What's happening?" she gasped, but deep down she knew. As the tremors intensified, she rushed outside to find her colleagues gathered, their faces pale with fear. The fissure was rumbling ominously, and in the distance she could see shadows shifting, figures emerging from the darkness. "Mia!" Dr. Hill shouted, panic etched on his features. "We need to evacuate." But as she stood there, she felt a strange pull toward the fissure. "Wait!" she called, her heart racing. "It's not what you think!" The shadows grew closer, and panic erupted among the scientists. "We need to leave now!" someone screamed, but Mia couldn't move. "I have come to share the knowledge." The creature's voice echoed through the air, reverberating in her mind. "But you must be ready. You cannot turn away from your destiny." The figures emerging from the fissure were not just shadows, they were beings, creatures born of the same energy that had enveloped Mia. They moved with a grace that defied explanation, and as they approached, she felt a strange connection to them. "We are the children of the void," one of them spoke, its voice a haunting melody. "You have awakened us. You must choose, embrace the knowledge we offer, or turn away and forget." Mia's heart raced as she looked at her colleagues, their faces twisted in fear. "This is not a threat. It's an opportunity," she cried, desperation rising within her. But fear had taken hold, and her colleagues began to back away. "Mia, you don't know what you're doing," Dr. Hill shouted. "You're risking everything." "You have chosen," the creature said, its presence growing stronger. "Embrace your fate, or be consumed by ignorance." Mia felt the weight of their decisions pressing down on her. The knowledge they had gained was a double-edged sword, and now it threatened to tear them apart. "Choose, Mia," the creature urged, "your people or the universe." The decision weighed heavily upon her. I can't abandon them," she said, a voice trembling. "Then we will show you the path." The fissure erupted in a blinding light, and the air crackled with energy. Mia felt herself pulled into a vortex, the world spinning around her. The creatures surrounded her, their forms shifting and pulsating with light. "You must understand," they said in unison. "Knowledge is not free. It comes at a cost, but you have the power to shape your fate." Mia fought against the pull, her heart racing as she grasped for her colleagues, who had retreated in terror. "Wait, you have to trust me," she shouted, but the distance between them grew wider. "Embrace the truth," the creatures urged, their voices echoing in her mind. "You are destined for greatness, but you must choose to embrace it." As the light enveloped her, visions flooded her mind once more. The birth and death of stars, the rise and fall of civilizations, the delicate balance of life in all its forms. It was overwhelming, and yet she felt a sense of clarity amidst the chaos. You must protect your people, but you cannot close your eyes to the cosmos. With a surge of determination, Mia reached out to the light, embracing the knowledge that coursed through her. "I will not turn away," she vowed, feeling the energy of the universe enveloping her. In that moment, she understood the burden of knowledge, the weight of existence, the responsibility that came with it. The world around her shifted, and she felt herself breaking free from the confines of her humanity. As the light faded, Mia found herself back in the fissure, her colleagues staring at her in awe and confusion. "What happened?" Dr. Hill asked, fear etched on his face. "I chose," she said, her voice steady. "I will help you understand, but we must prepare for what's to come." The fissure pulsed ominously, a reminder of the power they had unleashed. But as Mia stood before her colleagues, she felt a sense of purpose surging within her. Together, they would navigate the complexities of existence, unlocking the secrets of the universe while protecting their own. In the weeks that followed, Mia led her team through the uncharted territories of knowledge and understanding. They delved into the mysteries of life and the universe, learning to coexist with the creature and its kin. The fissure became a center for exploration, drawing scientists from around the world eager to understand the revelations Mia had shared. The creatures became mentors, guiding them through the complexities of existence while warning them of the dangers that lay ahead. Mia felt a profound sense of purpose as she stood before her colleagues, sharing the knowledge she had gained. "We have been given a gift," she said, her voice ringing with conviction. "But we must tread carefully. The universe is vast, and there are forces beyond our comprehension." As they continued their research, Mia felt a sense of fulfillment that she had never known before. The knowledge they uncovered was both wondrous and terrifying, a reminder of the delicate balance between existence and ignorance. But deep within her, she felt a lingering sense of unease. The creatures had warned her of impending challenges, and she knew that their journey was far from over. "You have awakened a new era," the creature's voice echoed in her mind. "But with it comes responsibility. You must protect the knowledge and your kind." Mia nodded, understanding the weight of her role. They were now guardians of knowledge, tasked with navigating the complexities of existence while ensuring the safety of their people. As the months turned into years, Mia's journey transformed into a legacy. The fissure became a beacon of knowledge, attracting scholars and explorers eager to uncover the secrets of the universe. Under Mia's guidance, they established a new institute dedicated to understanding the delicate balance of life, fostering collaboration between humans and the creatures that had once seemed so terrifying. The team worked tirelessly, forging bonds that transcended the boundaries of understanding. Together, they explored the mysteries of the cosmos, unlocking secrets that had long been buried beneath the surface of ignorance. Mia often reflected on the choices she had made, the sacrifices and the burden of knowledge that had come with it, but she also felt a sense of pride, knowing that they had embarked on a journey that would shape the future of humanity. One evening, as she stood outside the institute, gazing at the stars above, she felt the presence of the creature beside her. "You have done well, Mia," it said, its voice resonating with warmth. "But remember, the universe is ever-changing. Challenges will arise, and you must be ready." "I will," she replied, her heart filled with determination. "We will protect the knowledge and the people." And as she looked up at the stars, she felt a sense of hope, a belief that together they could navigate the vastness of existence, unlocking the secrets of life while safeguarding their own. The journey had only just begun, and Mia was ready to embrace whatever came next. Epilogue: The Endless Journey. Years passed, and the Institute thrived as a hub of knowledge and exploration. Scientists, philosophers, and curious minds from around the world gathered to share their insights, forming a community united by a common goal: to understand the universe and their place within it. Mia continued to lead the way, her passion and determination inspiring those around her. The bond she had formed with the creature deepened, and together they explored realms of knowledge beyond human comprehension. But as they delved deeper into the mysteries of existence, new challenges arose. The creatures had warned her of the delicate balance they had to maintain, and Mia understood that the path ahead would not always be easy. Knowledge is a double-edged sword, the creature reminded her. With understanding comes responsibility, and the choices you make will shape the future. Mia nodded, feeling the weight of those words. She had witnessed the beauty and terror of the cosmos, and she was determined to navigate the challenges that lay ahead. Together, we will face whatever comes our way, she said, a fierce determination burning in her heart. And as she looked up at the stars, she felt a sense of peace, knowing that their journey would continue, an endless exploration of life, knowledge, and the mysteries of the universe. With each discovery, they would unlock new secrets and confront the challenges that lay ahead, ready to embrace the unknown with open hearts and minds. The adventure was far from over, and Mia was ready to lead the way into the infinite depths of existence.